Alright, welcome back everybody. Or nobody. Who cares? Part 6, Doom 2016, Cating a Sanctum. So glad that I've finally gotten to this little detour of the game. It is one of my favorite levels, I know there's Titan's Realm, which gives off a lot of it's just grey when you get in there, but Cating a Sanctum starts off very, very pretty, and we're introduced to one of my favorite enemies in the whole game. But we will get to that point and cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh.
He is here.
Starts off very interesting. I like the whole aesthetic as you just kind of open into the level and you're like, oh. Everything is just entirely the opposite of anything you come across on Mars. Fire, there's stones, it's like twisted metal and all this shit. Twisted metal. There are no fun looking clowns though. But immediately off the bat, once I stop piss farting around in the map and staring at walls for the first 5 minutes or whatever, we get the best piece of equipment to round out the arsenal until we get the BFG. But that's BFG I find a little bit divisive here in this game. But is that the right word? I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the BFG. But the Gauze cannon, The only downside is that it has to be so precise, but for the sake of just a very powerful gun, the Gauze cannon will do the trick every single day of the week. Once I finally learned to hot swap, quick swap, whatever, between like the rocket launcher and the Gauze cannon, once I get that, we're dealing massive damage. But now the SSG works well. That little cut there from before to after the Revenant died, I didn't do that. I don't know what's wrong with the recordings. It just sometimes there are like 2 seconds worth where it just doesn't record and it's not my fault. Everybody else that's the problem. But no, I really don't understand it, but it doesn't really matter at this point anyway. Stare at the map for another million years. I did lie to everybody in like the first 2 episodes of this, saying that I wasn't gonna go after everything. Not lie, but wasn't entirely honest. I'm not going after everything because I don't know where everything is and I'm not going to waste the time trying to figure it out. But anything that I'm sure I can access with like reasonable effort, so where I don't have to spend 20 minutes looking for one little secret, I'll go after that stuff. And so long as I don't have to do like a million years of backtrack. I'm thinking there's a rune that's is it Glory Kill faster, or is it the demons stay in Glory Kill status for longer? I can't remember, but either way I'm thinking I might get one of those because the Mancubus recovers so ridiculously quickly. And they're painfully tanky. I really hate the Mancubus. I think, while I like the design more in this game than Eternal, I definitely feel that they're a lot more or a lot easier to deal with in Eternal, and I would really rather be dealing with that sometimes. But I love when you get to the end of a fight and say like it's just the last couple demons, like this instance here, where it's like, it's 2 imps. Yeah, that's cool, but like, where the fuck are the imps? This is just easy. Easy mode. See? See? Had literally no trouble at all. That was easy. I hit every shot point blank, right in the head there. No fails. I spent ages just wandering around trying to figure out like, what did that open up? Before realizing I had to get this yellow skull key. The rune that's just around the corner up there. I kept going back, always kept going back to that every time I made like, oh, I opened a door or I hit a key or whatever. Let's check the rune, let's check the rune. Took longer than that, but not really sure that these progress towards anything. Maybe exploration, but I'm not. I've very rarely actually listened to them all the way through. I can't remember what they say, but I don't. At this stage, I don't really care. I know the lore well enough. There was a guy. He got angry. He didn't go to therapy, and that's now everybody else's problem. Oh, and he's American, because... No. Anyway. I mean, he's probably American, it makes sense. Just, on average, the number of characters that just happen to be American. So every time that they try and make, like, an Australian character in a game, or just a character from another country, sometimes they really fuck it up. They really fuck it up. Like Pacific Rim, the 2 Australian guys in Pacific Rim, they're not Australian, and their portrayal of Australians, they weren't drinking enough piss. Hopscotch on the Rocks was easy. I do like the way that the levels, or at least this one, like loops back around on itself, and little bits and pieces of the part of the level will just change as you progress through it. It's really kind of cool level design. Albino guy. Can't remember what he is. Astro guy. Is Astro guy? I'm sure. Oh hey, that thing I wanted. My favorite color. It's always so satisfying when you manage to like shoot an imp right at the perfect moment, and their fireball just goes flying off in some other direction. Can somebody tell me, because I always forget. I keep forgetting to go back and like actually have a look, but I swear that quad damage wasn't there the first time I came through here. I could very well be wrong, but because I clearly, like, I don't notice it the first time I come through. I always notice it when the cacodemons show up, and I'm not sure if that's evidence of my guess. No, like I'm not sure if that's evidence of what I'm getting at, or whether it's just coincidence that I always manage to forget that it exists. Either way, the fact that I waste all this ammo and don't go for the quad damage is like really stupid. What am I saving it for? The next time I come through here, which is never. See, like, I could be done now if I'd just taken the quad damage, but also, that's really poor use of the Gauze Cannon. Or just my arsenal in general. It could have killed him with one lock-on burst. But nope, we're going to ignore the quad damage. Fight normally. Whatever. Oh. They'll never be scarier than Doom 2's Revenants. These things were just terrifying. And I think like the projectile speed for the rockets, at least in Doom 2, and Doom 3 even. I'm gonna do a little bit of praise here for Doom 3 because I don't mind some of it. The rockets were nowhere near as fast, but that just made them more terrifying, I think. Because it was, at least in my case, I always think like, oh, they're not moving that fast. I have plenty of time before they reach me. And then, by the time I choose to run around the corner, I've given the rockets just enough space to get around the corner to keep chasing me. But here I think, because it's really emphasized that you must keep moving, always, it doesn't feel as bad. Or they don't feel anywhere near as dangerous, I guess. Ah, yes. This took me a good couple tries, but I do like what they were going for with it. Am I able to glory kill them? I mean, I guess I am. I must be able to, but what use do I have? Here we go. Pretty sure this is the... This is the successful run. It's just getting to that first little, like, tower bit to get back down here. Like, oh hey, it's easy. I genuinely didn't think I'd make that last jump though. I thought I was gonna fall for sure. Oofed. Penetrates through targets. The fully upgraded SSG is gonna be so good. Like, don't tell me I spent points. I am watching this back while I record the audio. Like, after a while I can't remember what's going on. It kind of just blurs together, but I'm so glad I didn't. Because then when I get round to recording the next level, and I have to look at my arsenal and be really disappointed with whatever really intelligent choices I made this time. Yet, I have noticed what fucks me off, what really annoys me, is the way I handle arena encounters versus small encounters. Like, I think I kind of forget how much danger I'm still in with just regular, like, smaller encounters like this across the level. But anyway, moving on, we get the chain gun. A weapon I remember being so amazing and powerful. But I forgot that it's only worthwhile once you get an upgrade that you're happy with, like a mod that you're happy with. I absolutely love Mobile Turret. I hate its base firing mode. And I think the other one's not The other one's not shield bash, is it? No. I can't remember what it is. I only ever used mobile turret though, and really loved it, but like that was stupid. I shouldn't have just held onto the chain gun. I know better than that, or I should know better than that at this point. It has its use, it's just when you run out of micro missiles and you... Oh wait, no, that's not how the ammo works, is it? It's okay, I suppose, yeah. If you have like a bunch of smaller demons and you just want to like rip through them all quickly, mobile turret's a good way to go. But it's certainly not... It doesn't have the same accessibility within combat options as anything else does. It just doesn't work. We're not gonna go play with the... What is it? Hell Knight? Yeah. I hate Lost Souls. Doesn't matter which iteration, which entry into the series, a Lost Soul is just fucking awful. But also, I need to increase my mod swap speed somehow, because I want to be able to swap between the precision scope and the micro missiles, but god damn if that's not the slowest fucking process on planet Earth. Ah, but I suppose we aren't on planet Earth here, are we? We're on... whatever, some... the Kadinger Sanctum. Where did this guy come from? He wasn't there a second ago. Did he come up from underneath and I just didn't notice? I love that he won't follow me through the tunnel though. Yeah. He knows it's a bad idea. He's not an idiot. Kind of a dunce moment to just stand at the entrance to the tunnel though. Yeah, so we had to do a bit of a loop and go all the way back around to be able to get back up here again, but that's fine. 10-second detour. This is cool. You can always see an arena coming, or almost always. They're pretty well telegraphed, I guess. Man, just having the SSG running around with this, it makes every encounter with smaller demons just trivial. Like, yeah, that was really bad shot. I blame the controller. If you think, compared to the combat shotgun, the SSG is just makes mincemeat of everything. Which is not to say, like, there's still absolutely faults like that being carved in half by a fucking Hellraiser, and we're just gonna skip that and you just trust. I beat it the next go. I only died once, trust. There's no way I'm gonna be able to beat this shit on Ultra Nightmare, at least not at the current skill level, but Nightmare's still nowhere near as difficult as I thought it was going to be in the end. Oh, that's why. Okay. What the fuck are these guys doing here? Like, I get the guys in white armor that were running around with Hayden through the Sanctum and all that sort of shit. What are the Praetor guys doing? Maybe I just need to read more of the Codex, but I don't know. How many little slots does the Doom guy have in the Praetor suit to just be using these chips? Just every once in a while he's got to make a little trip to Kmart to get like a new little plug-in component so he can force more chips into his asshole. Takes less damage when he's sitting on explosive barrels. Hindsight, I kind of feel like I should have gone for siege mode. Mobile turret's great, but like, do I use the chain gun? Not really. That's right, Gatling rotator. What a fucking waste of a mod. Like, whoa, I can just skip the... Why do you need the Gatling rotator when you can just get the mobile turret and it does basically the same thing, no? Like the Gauze, either of the Gauze cannon mods would have been a lot more useful. But whatever. Look, the easiest enemy in the game. Barons are not the immovable object I thought they were. It's surprisingly easy to deal with a Baron. I fucking love the SSG. Everything just falls apart. You get the right hit on an imp with it, and they just kind of spin as they all fly, as the pieces fly apart. Very, very satisfying. However, yeah, Barons are surprisingly easy to deal with. Yeah, okay, every once in a while I'm a bit of a dummy and I do get hit, but like, look at that. Just, he's nothing. Feels a little bit like they tried to make it intimidating, but they just made a massive slab of sexy meat with horns. And that was that. See, mobile turret. Wins every time. And I mean, it's a toss-up because you've got to share ammo with the assault rifle. So I'd probably say you're either, or in my case, I'm either going to use the mobile turret or the micro missiles, and really nothing else. If I'm not using those two things, well, okay. I use the assault rifle normally as I'm trying to explain why I don't want to be using the assault rifle normally. From here I kind of got a little bit lost and confused. I did notice that, oh yeah, that like the classic map was right underneath the Skyrim thing. And as I was looking at the Skyrim helmet, I didn't notice until editing this that the lever for the classic map was right fucking next to me. So at some point, look, I don't know. One day I think it'd be kind of cool to go back and 100% this game, but also, can I be bothered? I don't know, it seems like a whole lot of work that I would rather put into other games and not Doom. It's not like how I like to play Doom. Collect things casually as I can be bothered, but like I have in the last couple of years really put time and dedication into trophy hunting, which, yeah, across a few hundred games is kind of difficult to decide what I really want to pump time into. Oh, Kingdom Hearts is the worst thing for me to try and do, and thinking about this, I'm like, could I trophy hunt this game? Could I go for the platinum? Most likely. Am I going to? Probably not. Fuck that. I think that would take a lot of the enjoyment out of it for me. And I understand, like, the whole point of trophy hunting is, it's meant to be like a different kind of challenge. But I'm not sure that that's the kind of challenge I want from this. I'd be so much happier if I beat Ultra Nightmare. That's the kind of challenge I'd be going for in this. Yeah, I think it was around this point I realized I missed out on a rune that I'd have to backtrack to. Yeah, that one there. Like, I'd have to backtrack to get to that rune, I think. And it just wasn't something I was willing to do. I'm sure we'll come across enough of the rest of them throughout the game anyway that I'll still unlock 3 runes. And I bet one day I'll figure out that that particular one was something I was really going to use. But whatever.
And in his quest against the blackened souls of the doomed, his prowess was shown.
At this point, coming up towards the end of the level here. I think there's only a couple more arenas. I don't know whether it's the arsenal growing and me just getting more and more powerful, or whether it's a matter of just becoming more comfortable with the game. It just seems to be getting easier the longer I go on. I still have don't get me wrong, I still have a few deaths here and there, of course, but doesn't feel the same. Doesn't feel anywhere near as challenging. I'd love to know what little corner I missed or what I should have looked out for to get that rune though. I don't remember which part of the map specifically would have led to it. But, meh, you know. Last arena. I do die here once, but otherwise, there's really nothing of note. We're gonna throw everything that that was kind of silly. I walked into a corner. That's on me. I didn't. Okay, I mean it's better than putting points into the plasma stun bomb. But did I really need that? Probably not. Could have saved up for something else. Yeah, this arena is really just like, oh hey, have a little bit of everything we've thrown at you so far. And I honestly expect more, especially from Hell Knights. I'm kind of used to now. They just run at you. So if you run at them, it's not that bad. Being uber aggressive, like fast and uber aggressive, the way to play. And especially when I don't have access to something like a mouse where I can just kind of flick it into the enemy, I really have to make use of every single opportunity I get that has my reticle over the top of an enemy. Any amount of damage I can get in, I have to take it and just run with it. Like, you would think, right? Quad damage would be super effective, super useful against the Barons. One of those things, again, they're not that hard to deal with. I'd still rather use quad damage on something like a Mancubus. Easy. Weak source, easy mode. Have a little gander over my... What have I got? 5 runes. Yeah. What? Ah. Okay, so I'd only be like one rune off a third slot if I'd gotten the one I missed. I could backtrack for it, but I really can't be bothered. But anyway, that's pretty much the level done. Walk up a hill and go through the exit. So. Say this now, thank you for anyone who watches this. It's wonderful to see people are, if they will. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.